a story shrouded in mystery, coming from beyond the stars. In the ancient world, beings revered as gods, superior powers descending from the heavens, the Anunnaki. Were they gods or visitors from space? Perhaps they were both. These enigmatic entities of Sumerian mythology hold one of the greatest mysteries in human history. How did these superior beings descending from the sky shape our civilization? Did they come from their own planet or from a parallel universe? The way the Anunnaki directed the fate of the human race and the unknown technologies they left us remains an unresolved enigma. The stories told in ancient Sumerian tablets reach back to the beginning of time. The mysterious powers and knowledge of the Anunnaki overlap with events that modern science struggles to explain. The Anunnaki are the most powerful and mysterious beings in Sumerian mythology. The Sumerians described them as gods descending from the heavens and viewed these enigmatic beings as the creators of the universe. They were known as visitors from the stars, bearers of wisdom, and founders of civilization. When we delve into the depths of Sumerian mythology, the story of the Anunnaki emerges. The Sumerians believed these gods came from the sky, or An, which they called heaven. Great gods like Enki, Enlil, and Ninhursag were the leaders of the Anunnaki. These gods brought humanity agriculture, writing, and many scientific knowledge. But are these stories merely mythological constructs, or are they reflections of real events? If the Anunnaki are not just myths, what does that mean? There are some clues suggesting that the stories told in ancient inscriptions could reflect real events. For example, can the Sumerians' advancements in astronomy, mathematics, and engineering be explained by the advanced technological knowledge of the Anunnaki? Was their profound understanding of the sky and stars guided by visitors from space? Sumerian mythology contains hints that the Anunnaki genetically altered humans. Could the sudden leaps in consciousness and abilities in human history be explained by these interventions? Let's examine these clues. In Sumerian mythology, the process of creating humans by Enki and Ninhursag contains hints of genetic intervention. This story is found in the Sumerian creation epic Enuma Elish and other ancient tablets. Adapa is considered the first human in Sumerian mythology. Created by Enki, Adapa possesses extraordinary wisdom and abilities. There are interpretations suggesting that Enki manipulated genetic material while creating Adapa. In this story, Enki appears to have aimed to create a human with specific traits. The Atrahasis epic recounts the Sumerian flood story. This epic describes how the Anunnaki were directly involved in the process of creating humans. The gods made genetic modifications to make humans physically weak and resilient. This story contains hints that humans were genetically programmed. Sumerian tablets describe how the Anunnaki created humans from a mixture of clay and blood. These depictions have been interpreted by some researchers as metaphors for genetic engineering. The advanced technology and knowledge of the Anunnaki suggest they had the capacity for genetic engineering. The origins of the Anunnaki are not limited to Sumerian mythology. According to some theories, they came from a mysterious planet called Nibiru. Nibiru's orbit brings it close to Earth every 3,600 years, and this approach determines the timing of the Anunnaki's descent to Earth. According to this theory, the Anunnaki arrived on Earth with their advanced technologies and knowledge, searching for gold and using humans as slaves. The most important evidence of the Anunnaki's presence on Earth is found in the Sumerian clay tablets. These tablets provide a detailed account of the Anunnaki's arrival on Earth. Ancient texts such as the Eridu Genesis and the Enuma Elish reveal the descent of these gods to the earthly realm and their interactions with humanity. One of the prominent Anunnaki gods, Enki, establishes one of the world's first cities, Eridu. Enki's descent to Earth is considered the beginning of the Anunnaki's influence on humanity. Enki's brother, Enlil, is another significant figure among the Anunnaki. Enlil arrives with the task of establishing order and justice on Earth. He organizes the human workforce and directs people for large-scale projects. Under Enlil's leadership, the Sumerians build grand ziggurats and temples. These structures serve as concrete evidence of the Anunnaki's presence and influence on Earth. One of the Anunnaki's objectives for coming to Earth was gold mining. During this process, the Anunnaki used humans as labor. Ancient texts describe how the Anunnaki genetically modified humans to make them stronger and more resilient. These modifications helped humans better adapt to the harsh working conditions. After completing their tasks on Earth, it is believed that the Anunnaki returned to the heavens, or to their own planet. The departure of the Anunnaki is as mysterious as their arrival. In the Atrahasis epic, the gods become disturbed by the increasing human population and noise and decide to send a great flood to destroy humanity. However, Enki advises a man named Atrahasis to build a boat to survive the flood. After the flood, the gods make an agreement to limit the number and lifespan of humans and then depart from Earth. Ancient texts prophesy that the Anunnaki will one day return. According to these prophecies, the Anunnaki will return to restore order and balance on Earth. Some theories suggest that Nibiru's close approach to Earth will create an opportunity for the Anunnaki to come back. According to this theory, the Anunnaki will reconnect with humanity and bring wisdom and technology to the world. Prophecies about the Anunnaki's return have left traces in many ancient structures and symbols around the world. Pyramids, especially those in Egypt and Central America, are considered symbols of the Anunnaki's return. These structures are designed like stairways reaching into the sky, symbolizing the gods' descent to and ascent from Earth. Additionally, the chambers and passageways within the pyramids have been interpreted as secret routes the Anunnaki would use upon their return. Similarly, the Bible describes angels descending from the heavens. Old Testament, Genesis 28:12. Jacob had a dream. A ladder was set up on the earth, and its top reached to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. Göbekli Tepe, located in Turkey and considered one of the world's oldest temples, is interpreted as a site symbolizing the Anunnaki's first descent to Earth. The symbols on the stone pillars at Göbekli Tepe point to prophecies of the Anunnaki's return. The frequently seen H and U shapes on the stone pillars are interpreted as cosmic gates and passageways, symbolizing the cosmic routes the Anunnaki would use upon their return. The scattered dots and lines represent stars and planets, and are associated with the planet Nibiru in Sumerian mythology, implying the Anunnaki's descent from the sky to Earth. The winged disc, a common symbol in Mesopotamian art, represents gods coming from the heavens and their descent to Earth. The winged disc is seen as a sign of the Anunnaki's return. The star and cross symbol, another important symbol found in Sumerian art and inscriptions, represents the Anunnaki's celestial origins and their connections to Earth. The double serpent symbol, frequently seen in ancient civilizations, is associated with DNA and genetic engineering. It provides clues about the Anunnaki's genetic modifications of humans and symbolizes their impact on humanity upon their return. Researchers suggest that these symbols and structures carry messages waiting for the Anunnaki's return to Earth. According to ancient Sumerian tablets, the Anunnaki descended to Earth from the heavens, which they referred to as An. Their first contact occurred in the Mesopotamian region, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This area is considered the cradle of Sumerian civilization, where one of the earliest civilizations in human history developed. Enki, known as the god of wisdom and water, played the most crucial role among the Anunnaki in the creation of humanity. According to Sumerian mythology, Enki rolled up his sleeves to create humans at the behest of other gods. The Anunnaki used their own DNA to genetically modify primitive humans, creating the first ancestors of Homo sapiens. This process is detailed in Sumerian tablets, highlighting Enki's role in bringing wisdom and knowledge to humanity. The Anunnaki did not only create humans, but also brought many forms of knowledge and technology. The influence of the Anunnaki on humanity is not confined to ancient times. Even today, theories about the Anunnaki and Sumerian mythology hold a significant place in modern culture and science. The knowledge that the Anunnaki brought to humanity also plays an important role in mythology and religion. These mythological narratives have influenced the religious and belief systems of later civilizations. Hebrew mythology and Christianity were directly influenced by Sumerian mythology. The story of Noah's flood bears a striking resemblance to the flood stories in the Sumerian Atrahasis epic and the Epic of Gilgamesh. These flood narratives address the theme of gods punishing humanity and then establishing a new order. The Sumerian creation stories of humans being made from clay and given life by the breath of the god also have parallels in Hebrew creation myths. Babylonian and Assyrian mythologies were significantly influenced by Sumerian gods. The Sumerian Enlil was reinterpreted as Babylon's Marduk. The Enuma Elish epic was adapted into Babylonian mythology, drawing inspiration from Sumerian creation myths. The creation epics of the Anunnaki resonate in the stories of Babylonian and Assyrian gods. Ancient Egyptian mythology was profoundly affected by the Sumerian celestial deities. The Sumerian Enki shows similarities to the Egyptian god of wisdom, Thoth. The sun god Ra and the sky god Horus bear strong parallels to the Anunnaki. The descent of the Anunnaki from the heavens plays a significant role in the interactions of Egyptian gods with humanity. Hindu mythology may also have been influenced by Sumerian mythology. The pantheon of the Anunnaki, consisting of numerous gods and goddesses, bears resemblance to Hinduism's polytheistic structure. Themes such as gods descending to earth in avatars and shaping the destinies of humans share common features with Sumerian mythology. If you want to learn more about Sumerian civilization, you can watch the upcoming video on the Sumerians at the end of this video. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.